Hi, I'm Scott,
And I'm Luke.
and we're Android guys.
Give us 5 to 10 minutes of your day
And we'll tell you about a product or service
or an app that you might be interested in.
in just a moment. An incredibly helpful and high quality smartwatch from Withings.
Hey, Scott, what do you have today?
Hey, Luke. I'm going to talk to you about the Withings ScanWatch Horizon.
Okay.
It's a smartwatch.
Nice.
It's not an Android powered watch. It's not a Wear OS. It is a smart wearable that's basically Bluetooth connected to your phone.
Yeah.
And it is designed by Withings, who specialize in all kinds of health and fitness tracking products. We've actually, I think about a year ago, we did the blood pressure
Yep.
sleeve.
The cuff, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this is a watch.
Awesome.
So I'll tell you about it here. We'll take a quick break, and then I'll jump into it.
Love it. Scott, you are talking about the Withings ScanWatch Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit more about this smart device.
So when you look at it, actually, I've got it right over there on the desk. If you
I
want,
do see it. Yeah.
you can pick it up and hold it, check it out while I talk about it. This is it's a kit that you get that comes in a couple of different colors. That one is green.
Yes.
And it comes with 2 bands. So in the kit, it's and I should say it's $4.99.
Okay.
So it's not cheap,
No.
and I wouldn't say inexpensive, but when I tell you some of the things that it has in it,
Yeah.
you'll realize what some of those things are that you're paying for.
Sure.
So it comes in a box with 2 bands.
Yeah.
One is a stainless steel wristband, and that's the one that's actually on it when it arrives.
Okay.
And then there is a water-resistant, it's a fluoroelastomer, I think is the material.
Okay.
But it's a nice water-resistant, sweat-resistant thing that
Yeah.
if you're active doing things, even swimming, working out, running, doing all that stuff, it's going to kind of give you some play in there. The bands can be replaced very easily.
Yeah.
And then with the stainless steel, it actually, as part of the kit, comes with extra links
Yeah.
so that you can make it bigger or smaller. And there is a little repair kit that comes with it.
I
So
see
you
that.
can
That's awesome.
Put it on its side, go through, and you've got the tools, little kind of like a hammer to kind of knock the pins out
Yeah.
and add or remove links to fit. So when you have this type of, the metal, when you put that on there, you slide your hand through it, and then it kind of like clamps.
Right.
I know describing it on the podcast doesn't
Yeah, no.
do well, but so you can kind of bounce between us. Once you have the fit that you like, you can just kind of swap out.
Yeah, it's
business
real
for
easy
casual.
to take off the band. There's like just a little clasp that you just move and the bands just
Pop right out.
Pop right out, yeah. I mean, I will say this thing is heavy.
It's a really nice watch.
It feels quality.
Yeah.
It feels like a premium watch, regardless of the smarts or anything in it. You look at it and it's like, oh, that's a nice watch.
Yeah. So, and it all at the top, you've got this little display right up at the 12 there. That's where your kind of like digital readout is.
Sure. Yep.
So that's really all that you need to kind of like power.
Yeah.
Other than that, it kind of runs like a watch.
Yep.
This thing has a 30-day battery.
30 days?
Yeah. I've charged this one time. And I've been using this thing for weeks.
So as the battery goes down, the time runs slower, right?
Yeah. If you believe in the construct of time,
right? Sure.
That's another podcast.
I mean, this thing, I think I can't get over how nice it feels.
Well,
like
when you put those,
sure,
the original band, the stainless steel band on there, it looks like a really nice band or watch. This has a couple of sensors in it that are not always found in wearables.
Okay.
It has an optical heart rate sensor.
Mm-hmm.
It will give you oxygen saturation, like your SpO2.
Yeah.
It can give you an ECG reading, so you can detect whether or not you might have AFib.
Okay.
So it actually can check for arrhythmia.
Yeah.
There's like a little, like a sensor kind of like around the outside of it. You kind of hold that.
Yep.
It's got all kinds of activity tracking.
Wow.
So as I want to say, there's like 30 different things that it'll do. But you can basically record an EKG pretty much, or I'm sorry, an ECG anytime you want.
Nice.
It has tons of like metrics that it'll keep for you, like sleep tracking, steps, blood pressure. You can do all these things. Well, not blood pressure, but you can use that with the Withings HealthMate app.
Yes.
So if you've got the scale and you've got the blood pressure, cuff, all of those things kind of feed into this overall health profile.
Right.
And you can game that.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to actually see like, hey, what's my score for sleep? What can I do to get better sleep?
That's one of the things I noticed when we were looking at that blood pressure cuff is their app is very robust, and the way that they use that data and the way that they display that information in an easy to understand way to see those different metrics and stuff. I mean, Withings is, I mean, that's what they do, right? Like that's their whole point is get you in touch with the things that are going on with you, so you have a better understanding of what you can do to possibly fix things that need fixed.
Right. And what's nice about having this like up to 30-day batteries, you never have to think about this thing.
Yeah.
And it's constantly checking things for you.
Yeah.
And it kind of keeps little snapshots, but you can always go in and manually say, hey, I want to see what's my oxygen saturation.
Sure.
I feel like I'm not getting quality breath right now. That was one of the telltale signs for COVID was, you know, if you saw that number going low, you go to the store to buy a sensor to put on your finger. You're looking for a nice one. You're looking at $50 or more.
Right. That's
built into this watch.
Right.
The heart rate tracking, the arrhythmia, those are things, you know, sleep, of course, is one that's common in pretty much any wearable. But you can also check for like breathing disturbances. You can also do your calories. You can also do just like your elevation and all these other things that you would normally find in one. But this just happens to be a really nice looking watch.
Yeah.
This is one that you could easily have on and nobody would know that it's doing all these things.
Absolutely.
It's like a nice quality timepiece.
Yep.
Another nice cool thing about this, it has a 5-year warranty.
Oh, wow.
That's not common on very many wearables.
No, not at all.
They have a 30-day trial through their website.
Okay.
So you can actually order this thing in the green face or the blue, and it's like a 43 millimeter. I mean, it's a substantial watch.
Yeah.
It looks like something you'd be like, oh, was this your dad's? Was this your grandfather's watch?
Right.
Like it looks like a nice timepiece. I love this thing. I wear it a lot.
Yeah.
I tend to keep the, I guess the rubber strap on the most.
Yeah.
But when I go out, if I'm doing something formal, I'll switch that out really easily.
Yeah, it's so easy to change. I mean, that's another thing of, at least in my experience, I don't go through many different watch bands because most of the time they're hard to change.
Yeah.
They've made this one really easy to swap
just
out.
Flip it over and just kind of pull this little pin.
Yeah.
And it snaps out of place.
Yep.
It's water resistant up to 100 meters.
Nice.
So it's going to go deeper in the water than you will.
Yeah, right.
Unless you're James Cameron.
Right.
Operating temperature is designed to withstand up to 10 degrees below Celsius.
Wow.
And all the way up to 113 Fahrenheit. So it's going to go wherever you are.
Nice.
It's not the kind of wearable that you're like, well, this is nice, but I have to take it off when I go to work out. Like with those bands, it wants to go with you.
Right.
And that's what goes into feeding that overall health profile within the app.
Yeah.
It's a whole ecosystem. Like if you want to get into the Withings stuff, you know, there are benefits to staying within that system.
Absolutely.
So at $4.99, it is, you know, not just an impulse.
Sure.
But if you're looking at, hey, I'm really trying to take things serious, but I also want something that's a nice quality piece.
Yeah.
A 5-year warranty. It's definitely something I would recommend people consider.
Awesome.
That's the ScanWatch Horizon.
Thanks, Scott.
You're welcome. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, comments, anything, shoot us an email at podcast@AndroidGuys.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Luke, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Luke Gaul, Gaul.
And I'm on Instagram at Scott Webster and Twitter as swebster77. Until next time, thanks for listening.
See ya.